The Pope is calling for regulations on AI. Have you heard about this?
No, but who isn't at this point?
That is true. There's a lot of people calling for regulations on AI for very good reasons because it's getting too advanced.
Too advanced for the Pope?
Too advanced for the Pope. So Pope Francis has called for an international treaty to regulate the use of artificial intelligence. Have you heard about this or no?
No, I honestly have not heard about this. This is kind of ridiculous.
Yes, I actually, the thing is, like, I didn't expect this at all, especially coming out of the Pope. So the thing is, he wants world leaders to agree to a binding international treaty on AI development within an ethical framework.
I mean, that's kind of what a lot of people want, really, is like the ethical use of AI. But I mean, it goes into the whole thing about how can you really hold people accountable for that. And
yeah, no, it's Pandora's box. Pandora's box is now open, and literally everyone can use it for anything. Literally, AIs, or like even ChatGPT AI, is just scraping the internet, getting you all this information. And there's like, right now, there's no barriers for it, or not very much barriers for what you could do with it. They do have some where it's like, oh, it's like try not to do like copyrighted people, or try not to use likeness of people, like famous people. Try not to do like any type of hate speech or things like that. They do have some barriers, but there's people constantly breaking those barriers using AI.
Yeah, this is like sometimes it's a phrasing thing and then it goes.
Yeah. So the thing is that he mentions that the unique capacity for more moral judgment and ethical decisions making is more than a complex collection of algorithms. So he's explaining that the AI is going to be giving you like what you want, but it's not going to be taking into consideration like the moral or ethical answers. So it'll just give you what you want, the facts. And like what you mentioned, it's the phrasing too, because the phrasing will literally give you anything that you want. Yeah. So there's no guardrails there. So it is interesting because the Pope does go on to mention that AI has been an impressive achievement of science and technology. And it also is a very exciting opportunity. So he's not disagreeing with AI. He's just saying that there needs to be more guardrails in place.
It's impossible. Yeah, I'll just say this, that's impossible. At this point, it's impossible because there's all these like chat bots that are going into like conversations already, or like chat rooms. Like a lot of times it's like putting a bunch of like hate speech and all this other stuff there's not even real people.
No, yeah,
it's just like fake accounts posting like this very controversial stuff, and it's like, and then getting people really riled up.
Yeah, there's no guardrails, there's no anything.
It's already happened.
Yeah,
and even if the AI is not doing it, people will do it.
That is true. There's one last thing that he issued a strong warning for. But before that, I do want to say that if you like this content, make sure you consider hitting that subscribe button. We put out interesting videos daily. We have a collection of over 200 videos, closing in on 300, talking about interesting topics such as this. So consider hitting that subscribe button. It only takes a second and it's completely free. The thing that the Pope really has an issue with, for the most part, is the development of AI-controlled weapon systems. Yeah, which could cause a grave ethical concern.
I mean, well, you're a bit late on that one.
Yeah,
because I think we saw like the Russian controlled like tank that was
oh my god,
just driving around by itself. I was like, what the heck?
Yes, we're not, honestly, yes, like we're not far away from these AR. It's already happening.
Like imagine just the Roomba with a knife on it.
I'll be putting a picture of the Roomba with a knife up here. But yes, you're right. No, it's a little too late for all of this to happen. And the thing is that it's been advancing so fast. And that was the major concern. It's that AI has been developing so fast that not like I think it took most people by surprise. And the thing is that now people are catching up with concerns that it could be happening because of things like that. You're able to see all these things now being implemented, where before AI is just also relatively new. Before it was like ChatGPT was there for Dota matches. It was there to it was there to beat like world professional players. And now look where we are.
Yeah, I mean, the everything machine just does everything.
Yeah, people are using it for resumes for work. People are using it for to solve complex problems. People are using it for everything.
But think about it this way. I have somewhat of a theory, like if you're in the business of like providing hope or like giving advice to people, and now all these people are now, instead of turning to you or other people for advice, like now this like goes to like ChatGPT and it's like, oh, make me feel better or whatever,
Oh, that's interesting.
like they go to them for advice versus like typically in the traditional sense, I feel like a lot of people would go to me like a pastor or like priest or something and like go talk to them and say like, oh, like what should I do? This is happening. But now I think a lot of people are defaulting to maybe like just, Googling it or something like that. Or like even questions about like, oh, I'm feeling really down or like really stuck. What should I do? They don't go to a person to answer that. Like they don't go to a psychologist. Let's go ask ChatGPT like, what should I do? And then it'll give you, like options of how to work through that.
That's interesting because, I agree with that. And the reason I say that it's because you literally could get any answer you want right away. And there's
It's like immediate.
Yeah, it's immediate. There's no sifting through like potential like vague answers. It's like, here's the answer. This is why you're feeling like this based on all of this information that we've collected.
But even in the sense of like, here's another weird one. In the sense of like religion as well, because you could just ask like, oh, what should I do based on the Bible? And it's like, what's the best course of action that I should take?
It would give it to you right away.
It would give you it would give you the answer like, oh, based on what's written in here, this would be what you should do. So like, I mean but that's typically what would like the church would be saying, like based on this, you should be doing this or not doing this. But now the AI could be potentially like guiding people, like unknowingly guiding people to do various acts of whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. And the thing is, at that point, why would you need the church if you could get the answers right away? Yeah, and the thing is that
maybe they make an AI.
I
feel like they, that probably would be the next step. Their approved version.
That takes into consideration
Catholic GPT.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Pope GPT.
I didn't even think about that. That would be
that yeah, they should. You know what? They should do that. I feel like that does not exist.
Yeah. Why not? I think
GPT.
I think that it would be very popular among their users or they're already followers in their base. So I think that's a good idea actually.
Actually, no. You know what?
Yeah.
That would probably solve some things, because then they could go and then train their AI model on certain things and like so that it responds kind of like the way that they would want it to respond, or like kind of moderate it down to not give crazy responses.
Yeah.
And then, like it would be kind of like the telehelp. So like, oh, like you can't always be at like a service, but then you can go like ask Pope GPT for assistance.
This opens the door, actually, just thinking about this, of personalized industry or religious GPTs based on like the morals and aspects. And it doesn't necessarily, it could also be that instead of them having these guidelines in place, because honestly it's going to be impossible for them to just moderate like all the AIs. It's going to be like literally it's going to be impossible. If they make their own and they tell people to use their own, then I think that's a better alternative.
Yeah, because then I mean, there's like millions and millions of people that are, I guess, Catholic. So if those people were kind of guided to a certain approved AI, I guess, then then they would have a better, handle on it.
Yeah, but this doesn't only need to be like within religion. It can be on other things like therapy, or with other aspects of like train the model based on these specific guidelines, and then implement those in the
BetterHelp.
answer. Yeah, like better. Yeah, using like BetterHelp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I mean, the other one was like, imagine if you had at this point it'd be like different hospitals would have their own like specific models as well to help people, or
Yeah, instead of using all of, because like literally you think about it and you have like WebMD, which is like some people use, and
for varying amounts of success.
yes, with varying amounts of success. If you could use a data set that's more catered to just within that industry, and using it's like, hey, it's like just use this set of information, it could really help out. It could really be more accurate. But yeah, in general, I think that I could see your point. I could see that it could be them potentially like losing out on some of this. I do think that that's a better alternative to them for them to create like a Pope GPT, because I think that's actually a very good idea thinking about it. But I think also the major concern is just these, like, I guess his concern was weapons and using AI within those weapons, but it's already happening. There's no stopping it at this point. Yeah, so now we just need to learn how to build more guidelines in terms of like, if you want your own, then they could use their own, and then everyone else could use their own. But it's hard. It's hard because
you can't. I think
you can't stop the advancement.
Yeah, because I mean, unless there's like some sort of way to like cap it, I don't think there's a way.
No.
Because as soon as someone else makes like a more advanced, more powerful, more dangerous thing, the response is that the other country, other like place or people need to make something equally as like dangerous or like more dangerous. So is this gonna keep escalating until like is just I think it's just the whole like everybody needs the bigger stick at some point. It's just like gets crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from our audience what they think about this, because I do think it partly could be a power struggle between the church and the church and ChatGPT, and also like the advancements that are going too fast. Yeah, I'd want to know what our audience thinks about all of this, because I would want to know if they're religious, if they would use something like that, like a Pope GPT.
I mean, if it's like, if it's not authorized, but if it's like, advertised as like being the one that they support or like believe in, then yeah.
People would use it, yeah.
They would definitely use it.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know in the comments down below.